Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a better day than I am. Wow. Okay, so yesterday, a little bit of bad news, in my opinion. Bill C-11 has passed into law and is now known as the Online Streaming Act. And when asked the government if this gives them the power to censor the internet, the answer is yes. When asked when or how they will use this, they are pretty vague and they keep saying that it is to protect Canadian create creators, content creators. Now, what this law does, it gives Canada, the government, the right to censor everything coming outside of Canada to promote Canadian content within Canada. The problem with that is that if my message does not align itself with the government's point of view, if my message, as an example, is not woke enough, well, the algorithms are not going to favor me. So not only am I restrained in my creativity, but I have to align myself with the government's point of view, and it will only be shown within Canada since, how can I say, if the government pushes on YouTube to just promote Canadian things within Canada, and by doing so, I won't see any YouTube about cats coming from Timbuktu. Therefore, YouTube will turn around and ban all Canadian content outside of Canada. So Americans will no longer be able to see my YouTubes. And within Canada, if my message does not align with the government's, the algorithm will not support me. And it kind of reflects what Russia and China is doing. China has censored everything outside of China, and only the government propaganda gets through. Same thing with Russia. It's unfortunate that Canada decided to go this route. Now, people will be saying, oh, you're exaggerating. It's going to help us. It might help us within the next month, but 10 years down the line, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, these kinds of laws, I mean, no matter how good they are intended, never work out the way that we hope for. And I'll give a couple of examples here. When Walmart decided to come into Canada and open some chain stores all over the place, everybody was like, well, mom and pop store will have to close down, which happened. At that time, people were trying to protect and prevent Walmart, but in the end, Walmart got its way. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Prices did drop, but once they got the monopole, prices slowly came back up. Now, I live in a French province of Quebec within Canada. And here, for the longest time, our governments, local governments, provincial governments have tried and tried again to protect the French language here. Therefore, we show less of the English and we promote the French. I kind of understand, and the French language is a big part of the culture. having said that, we need to move forward, we need to evolve. I wish the entire planet would speak one language because we need to hear one another to resolve conflicts. And having different languages just puts another barrier in that. And, not too long ago, last month, I needed some blood work for my annual medical checkup. My doctor filled out the papers in English, and I went here to my local clinic. And the nurse looks at the paper, sees that it's written in English, calls up her supervisor, and spends the next half an hour debating whether or not she can refuse to do my blood work, which takes 5 minutes. In the end, she still does it, but it's creating barriers where none are needed. I mean, I didn't get, I was speaking French with her, and, she just didn't want to do it because it was in English. And I'm afraid that this bill here will do the same thing. You know, just look at the BBC here. Why is YouTube mad at Canada? Well, if YouTube are forced to change their algorithm within Canada to just show Canadian content, unfortunately, that means that YouTube's not going to be happy and will not show Canadian content outside of Canada. This is not going to help us one bit. Okay, sure, more Canadians within the next month or two will see more of my videos, but we are getting ourselves disconnected from everything else that's happening in the world. I don't think it's good. This is not an area where government needs to put its influence. I mean, for the longest time, I have a street here that's a 50 zone, and trucks roll down here at 100. We can ask the police to give out tickets. They don't want it because them themselves run down here without the emergency lights and whatnot, sirens, and they go 100 themselves here. I mean, there are laws that need to be respected because people are here with their kids and whatnot. It's a small village, and yet the government wants to put this kind of legislation in action, and they are very vague about what they intend to do and how they intend to use it. But the law, the way that it is written, gives them total control, and that's never a good thing. So that's my commentary today on this topic. I am very interested in hearing from other Canadian content creators here on YouTube, and I would like to debate this and see what people think of this. So I will put a link to this BBC article down below if you want to have a look at it. And in the meantime, I don't know. I hope I hope that people do end up seeing this and comment down below. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Uh, whether it is on Twitch, YouTube, come and talk to me in Discord. The links are in my profile. It's easy to find. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you again so much.